Have you ever spoken to someone who made you feel like you were the only one at that moment?
I love it. Think about that question.
Hi guys.
Hello, Tiffany and Flora here from Costa Mesa. So today we wanted to talk to you about the power of listening, because it's very powerful. It's one of the most important things, I think, to listen at the door while gaining the trust from a homeowner. Is listening to and understanding where they're coming from. And
it's really hard, when you show up at the door, homeowner don't know us, we don't know them, and there is I feel before we can get to know them, we need to put down that barrier.
Yes.
Somehow. And so one of the things that we learned today from our door knock is the power of listening. So I'll use Rosie, for example.
Yeah.
So when we knock at the door, she opened the door and she seemed, she was open and she invited us in and we have a conversation. So during that conversation with her, I keep reminding, we have the answer for them. We know the story and what they're going through. And for the first time today, I actually just listening, try to listen and understand, what is that she wanted to know.
yes,
Rather than listen to respond, because obviously we have the answer, but I think that a lot of the time that I feel like we connected to them, but when we left, then that connection is go away. And we were talking about how we can actually connect it to them at that very moment when we actually having the conversation. So why don't you share your experience?
Okay. So I think there's 4 important things to do while listening. I think the number 1 is eye contact. Always have eye contact. I like to do 80-20%, 80% staring at them, engaging with them, and just keeping the eye contact there so they know that I'm fully in it and I'm not drifting away of thinking about other things, that I'm uninterested about their problems. And I think 20% of the time then you can look away or look down or gaze at a distance and nod your head and smile and reassure them that you're still in it. You're still engaging to everything that they're saying towards you. So I think eye contact would be probably the first thing with listening. Right.
And also I noted that when you actually being present, at the conversation, because there is a lot of things going on in our mind. It's really hard to be fully there and listen to them. And by being present, I mean you really listen to understand what they are not telling you. So rather than listen to respond to, think about how you're gonna respond to that. And what I discover is that when I'm actually listening to what they have to say, I'm able to connect it with them better.
Absolutely.
I am able to understand the emotion and all the things that they're going through. So that is something that I didn't know before, even though I've been door knock and I don't know hundreds of conversations that I have with the homeowner before.
I think that helps tear down walls by, let's go back to the first question we asked at the beginning of the video, and how does that make you feel when someone's listening to you and fully engaged, and how does it make, it opens your heart up to being truthful and honest and realizing that these people are here to actually help me, and they have all the information. So I think that leads to also having nonverbal feedback, and that is by
just the body language kind of thing.
Yeah.
When I think for the homeowner, and I think that English is like my third language, so a lot of the time the homeowner, they would not understand me, but I think with body language it say a lot about you as a person, and whether or not you are really there to care for them and you want to help them. And it's like, you know, I feel like with body language, it's like 80% of the conversation.
Absolutely, because if you're like this, your hands start closed off instantly. I mean, we know that. It's just really opening up, sitting and opening up your body to them feeling comfortable and them doing the same back.
Right.
And what if someone gave you if they were closed off, how would you open them up?
I probably would mirror them. I probably wouldn't open. So I noticed that today, like, we really open to her, and she shared with us a lot of things that really, really personal. So
I think that's also asking questions if in a different way. If you didn't get through the first time of asking that same question, just switching up the words a little bit and asking in a more kinder way maybe, or more way that they will understand and get where you're coming from, in a way of helping that will open them up and help them open up,
feel like they're being
feel
heard.
Comfortable, like.
So, you know, we hope that our tip will help you at the door with your conversation. And if you have any feedback that you think we could do better, you know, feel free to reach out to us by leave the comments there, and we would love to hear from you.
Right down there.
Thank you.
Thank you. I
We'll
hope
see
you guys have a great weekend. Happy Mother's Day to all my mothers out there.